The primary frequency range for VHF communications in aviation is... Nicely done. 118.137 Ms is a solid answer. The localizer in the ILS system operates in which frequency band? Solid response. VHF is a valid choice. The GP system uses as a minimum dash satellites for operation. Well reasoned. 4 is the correct choice. In VF communication, what is the typical channel spacing used? Excellent. 833 cars is a brilliant choice. What does the term pitted static refer to in avionics systems? On track, air pressure measurement is the correct answer. What is meant by the in-flight entertainment system in avionics? Nice work. You chose aircraft entertainment system and it is correct. Which system is used for precision approaches during landing? You got it. Your choice ILS is right. What is the function of the communication system in avionics? Well picked. Communicate between aircraft is the correct answer. Which transponder mode provides altitude information to ATS? Valid point. Mode C is true. What is the typical frequency of power used in aircraft? Bravo. 400 Hz is the answer. What is the typical voltage of an aircraft power supply? Great job. 11 V is the accurate answer. What is meant by the inertia navigation system in avionics? Well done. Inertia-based navigation system is the right choice. What is frequency measurement important for in-ax circuits? Correct. Efficiency optimization is the right answer. What type of instrument is a gyroscope typically used in? Attitude indicator is the right answer. Some of the tools are too old. I order some new ones. Good job. Your answer works well here. The accuracy of a basic GP system is typically within. Correct response. 15 meters is the most accurate answer. Where are taxi lights typically located on an aircraft? Great thinking. Near the nose gear is the right choice. Which component of the ILS provides vertical guidance? You chose glide slope, and it is correct. What is the role of the autopilot system in avionics? Nice selection. Control the aircraft automatically is the correct and valid answer. What does the attitude indicator in the picture show? You're right. Climbing right bank is the correct answer. What is the function of a tachometer in an aircraft? Smart move. Measure engine RPM is an accurate answer. The main function of avionic in the flight world is... Excellent choice. Memudokan Pekajan Awak Pesawat is the right answer. What is meant by flight control system in avionics? Exactly. Aircraft control system makes sense and it is right choice. What does VHF stand for in aviation communications? Clear logic. Your choice. Very high frequency is sound and 100% true. Data on the ASPI is transmitted in data frames of Perfect. 12.5 as intervals is the correct choice. On Wednesday, I dash at the Hangar 5. Meet me there.
Strong choice. Will be working is the right answer.
What is the primary function of an oscilloscope? Right again. Time-related voltage waveform display is a valid answer.
Why are multiple power sources used in aircraft?
Right choice. Ensure redundancy and reliability is the best answer.
What type of signal does a Voice station transmit?
Smart pick. AM is the correct choice.
What is the primary purpose of geese in aviation?
Sharp thinking. Navigation is the right choice.
What kind of equipment is included in avionics?
Smart move. Aircraft electronic equipment is an accurate answer. Which component is used to check water levels? Excellent choice. Forward attendant panel is the right answer. What is meant by the TCAS system in avionics? Clear logic. Your choice anti-tall aircraft system is sound and 100% true. All EMAs are interchangeable but may require.
You got it? Your choice software updates is right.
The part of the screwdriver held is called. Excellent. Handle is a brilliant choice. By the end of the month, we dash the parts. Well picked. Will have received is the correct answer.
What does the INS give to the PVIS system?
Correct. Ground speed is the right answer. What addresses the SIDS type A and B DS? Exactly. Directors make sense, and it is right choice.
F communications are primarily used for.
Well reasoned. Long-distance communications is the correct choice.
What frequency band does GEES operate in?
Bravo. L-band is the answer.
What does the acronym SATCOM stand for?
Right again. Satellite communication is a valid answer.
Which one is not the component of ADIF?
Solid response. Trim tab is a valid choice. What unit is used to measure airspeed? Nice work. You chose knots, and it is correct. What manages communication in the MAO? Perfect. Nick is the correct choice. What is meant by an avionics system? You chose aircraft electronic equipment, and it is correct. What do screwdriver bits fit into? Right choice. Bit driver is the best answer. Take this plier to remove the. Nice selection. Nail is the correct and valid answer. What does a socket attach to? Well done. Ratchet is the right choice. IMs are considered to be. Valid point. Fully interchangeable is true. ASPI wire characteristics. Nicely done. Shielded twisted pair is a solid answer. Where are the tools kept? Strong choice. Toolbox is the right answer. What does TCAS stand for? Great thinking. Traffic collision avoidance system is the right choice. What tool produces holes? You're right. Drill is the correct answer. The word CURT stands for. Good job. Your answer, a cathode ray tube, works well here.
Vertical navigation.
Good thinking. Vinav is the right answer.
Does a spanner dash?
Correct response. Tighten and loosen screws is the most accurate answer.
Lateral navigation.
Sharp thinking. Lav is the right choice. ATSI is short for
Smart pick. Air data computer is the correct choice. RNAV stands for
on track. Area navigation is the correct answer.
Stands for great job. Global positioning systems is the accurate answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Right choice. Contact Narayan Changda is the best answer.